Welcome back to Flipped Grammar Classroom, Lesson 50 and 51. Please turn to page 224, Lesson 50, Commas in a Series. I have combined both of these lessons, Lesson 50 and 51, because they both revolve around commas. The first lesson, Lesson 50, we are all pretty familiar with and just need a little bit of a reminder. In Lesson 50, we are reminded that a comma separates words or ideas in a sentence and tells the reader when to pause. You can use commas to separate items in a series. A series is a list of 3 or more words or phrases. A conjunction such as and or is used before the last item. It is important to remember not to use a comma after the last item. They give you 3 examples of words in a series on this page. The first one, the words are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So to make a sentence with them, we use commas to separate them, as well as the conjunction and. The sentence reads, we're going to a lake on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You will notice I paused when I saw the commas. Our cabin near the lake is small, comfortable, and inexpensive. You'll notice again, I paused when I saw the commas. The 3 words in that series were small, comfortable, and inexpensive. Our last words in a series sentence is fish, snorkel, swim, sail. This time we have 4 words in a series. Each one will be separated by a comma, and before the last item, we have the conjunction or. Our sentence reads, I might fish, snorkel, swim, or sail over the weekend. With phrases in a series, you have to be careful. You have to realize where the first phrase ends and the next one begins. For example, in our sentence, our family packs the van, climbs in, and drives north. The 3 phrases in this sentence are packs the van, climbs in, drives north. You don't want to accidentally put a comma in the middle of one of those phrases. We'll practice with some phrases here in just a minute. So as we read at the top, a comma is used to separate words or ideas in a sentence and tells the reader when to pause. You use commas in a sentence to separate items in a series when there are 3 or more. Many of you may have heard the comma before the and or the or is an option. In this classroom, it is not. There must be a comma used before the conjunction. On your piece of paper, please write a complete sentence with the following 3 words in a series. Let's try another. And now use these phrases in a sentence. We are now moving to lesson 51, more commas. Please turn to page 228 and look at the blue Learn box. Lesson 51, more commas. In the blue Learn box, we learned some more uses for commas. The first one we're going to look at is to use a comma to set off introductory words, such as yes, no, or well. In the sample on page 228, the sentence reads, yes, we celebrate Earth Day on April 22nd. I would like you on your piece of paper to write the sentence, no, we did not have school on MLK Day. Please write the sentence, no, we did not have school on MLK Day. Write that now. An interjection is a word that shows feeling or emotion, like hey, oh, hooray, wow, and ah. Use a comma after an introductory word that shows feeling or emotion. So we use commas after introductory interjections. The sample in the book reads, wow, what a great idea for a holiday. Please write a sentence using the interjection hooray on your paper now. Please write a sentence using the interjection hooray on your paper now. Our next rule for commas is to use a comma to set off the name of a person being spoken to or addressed. The comma might come before, after, or both before and after a noun of direct address. So in our first sample, the comma comes before the noun of direct address. Today is Earth Day, Juan. In our second example, the comma comes after the noun of direct address, Juan. Today is Earth Day. And in the third example, there needs to be a comma before and after the noun of direct address. Did you know, Juan, that today is Earth Day? It's important to notice with nouns of direct address that the sentence can be read without the name and still be a complete sentence. Our final two rules for commas in lesson 51 are that you use a comma after an introductory prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a group of words that begins with a preposition. So for example, across the world, people celebrate Earth Day. Your prepositional phrase is across the world, so it needs to be set off with a comma. You also want to use a comma after a tag question added to the end of a sentence. So if you tell people celebrate Earth Day in many ways, and you add the tag, don't they? You would need a comma before don't they. It's time to review what we just learned. On your piece of paper, please write the rule for why you need the comma in the following sentence. Label it number 1. Under the tree, there is a picnic basket. Please write the rule why we needed a comma after tree. The answer is, it is an introductory prepositional phrase. For number 2, please write why we need a comma in the sentence below. We will go over the answers for 2 and 3 in class tomorrow. Now let's review the reasons we need commas. When we have 3 or more words or phrases in a series, to set off introductory words, after an introductory interjection, when using a noun of direct address, after an introductory prepositional phrase, after a tag question at the end of a sentence.